What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Hardin. Other side of the glass is Gabe and CJ. What's going on in the world, people? Life out there going pretty good. I hope so. Right now, I'm very, very happy. Cincinnati's up on Milwaukee 8-6. Oakland's up 7-0 on Cleveland. Kansas City's up 8-0 on St. Louis. Sorry, Cardinal fans. The bad news, though. Not bad news. It's not terrible news, but the Mariners are playing the Rangers. I got under 12, which is great, but I got, the Mariners, and they had a runner on third base, no outs. And guess what they do? Dude hits the ball, ground play, throws the guy out at home plate, and then the very next batter hits into a double play, no runs. How can you, why can't, I've seen one squeeze this year, and no offense, but my man Chu ain't the most, he's got some pop. But, why is it that the bunt is so deadgum impossible? You want to make your pitcher come off the mound or make your third baseman charge it hardcore and your first baseman charge it, maybe have to throw it to your second baseman. Make them get you out. What is it about the fact that we can't play any small ball? What would have been, how big would it have been if you tied this game up 1-1? Huge. Now it's 1-0 going into the top of the sixth. They went to the bottom really quick. But that's what I'm just saying. That's just it's like one run doesn't mean anything to these managers anymore. They got to get the 3-run bomb, man. We got to get the bomb, man. Drives me bananas. But you know what doesn't drive me bananas? My favorite segment in the whole wide world. We are about to get to it. But first, I wanted to tell you, y'all know my buddy Bill, right? 901-406-1101, 901-406-1101. You give him a call and guess what you get? Your house sold. No joke. You can leave living over in Southwind. I remember he bought one over there not too long ago. There was one over there by Hope Church he got. One way down yonder. I can't even remember what that road was. It was in the middle of nowhere. But what I'm saying is downtown, midtown, Germantown, Collierville. If you can hear my voice, literally, all you have to do is call 901-406-1101 and bing, bang, boom. You just sold your house. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Say it with me. 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Them Houses. And guess what? You'll be very happy that you did. And tell him that Johnny sent you, please. Please. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Man, oh man. Where do you start? You got poor Tyrann Mathieu, who's getting extorted. People have plots against him. It's just a crazy world. We also have lunatics all out there doing all kinds of stuff. Do you know who Logan Paul is?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Who is that guy?
It's okay, so since this sort of new generational sort of past the millennials has come along, we've got these YouTubers.
Yeah, that's what, is he a YouTube person?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And he's just sort of he's a fool, man. He just doesn't do it. He just does things for likes and clicks. That's what he does. That's what all these dudes do.
Did he, so this is what is confusing to me because I noticed.
That slap thing?
Yeah.
Oh, he meleeed that.
Man, he meleeed that dude. But this is what it was like. This was he really, and I'm not joking. This was whoa. He laid the smack down. I'm going to give him credit for that. But my question is he training for something or did he just want to still show people on his channel he could slap somebody?
Likes and clicks.
That's literally all it was.
I'm telling you, that is all he does is likes and clicks. That's all he wants.
So he's not an athlete.
No. He's a personality on YouTube, and that's how he's started his career and launched his career. And there's a lot of people like that. It's horrible.
Wow.
His brother, too, is a guy like that, and he's hated. His name's Jake Paul.
That is,
the fact that I know this, I'm kind of embarrassed that I know who these
I'm
two
glad
dudes
you do
are.
because I have to know these types of things. You have to keep me abreast of what is going on in the young folks' world because it is hard to keep up with it. And my kids keep it from me.
But I don't know if I want to keep up with it, man. These
I know
two
what you
dudes,
mean.
If you saw these dudes' videos.
Hey, I got to tell you, I took one for the team. Back in the day when I was younger, I got on Twitter for an entire month and it almost ruined my life. No, not Twitter. I meant, what's that thing where you go to the left
Oh, Tinder. It
Yeah,
almost
dude,
ruined
that thing.
it. Oh.
Man, that was dangerous.
Now they have Hinge. They have
Hinge.
There's a bunch of different.
Dude,
What's the other one?
That
Bumble?
month of my life was a disaster.
Well,
Woo! But again, like I said, I took one for the team. You got to do that. You got to keep on top of it.
you only did it
after a month. I deleted.
You only did it to see what it was.
Well, see, do you remember David Cobb? You know David
I know
Cobb,
David
of course.
Cobb, yeah.
Now, believe it or not, this was way back when he was still working his way up the ladder. He was a student at the University of Tennessee. He was in town doing the summer internship program, and he told us about Tinder, and we had no idea what Tinder was. And he's like, John, you should get on it and try it out. And I was like, I'll get on it, and I'll tell you, all you people, what it's about. So Peter and David Cobb helped me and got me on the Tinder app, and then after a month, they were like, you've got to get off of it. This is a nightmare. I was coming in rough. I was looking rough. And there was all these pictures being sent to me all the time. It was crazy. By the way, back to Hardinwood.
Back to Hardinwood. The NFL hasn't even talked to
Tyreek Hill. I know.
I mean,
did you hear the excuse that he tried to drop Roger Goodell?
Oh, that there's a ongoing criminal investigation about it. So we're going to save our, no. Don't save it. How about you suspend him, let the criminal investigation go, and then he can come back to team activities? Seems like the right way to go. But
the fact that you heard him, he's on there, you need to be terrified of me, bleat too. That's where
the NFL fails. Is with any domestic violence, any child abuse, they just sort of
the kid's got a broken arm somehow. Okay, I don't know who it was, but they need to figure it out. He can be a part. You are a member of a league that has, monopoly status. It is a privilege to be a professional athlete.
He didn't deny that he was.
Nope.
He punched his kid. He didn't deny it.
No, he said, spread your arm out when he's bad, and he cries and he hits him in the chest. Who does that to a 3-year-old?
NFL needs to figure it out. They need to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I will say, though, good news, though. Did you hear Ric Flair left the hospital?
Very good news.
I can't believe it. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a dude. I did not realize till I talked with the man, Kevin Cerrito, who is a wrestling aficionado on the weekend. Dustin Starr, who does his show with Maria on Saturdays. By the way, you should check out Dustin Maria's show. It's great. But I didn't know how many times Ric Flair has dodged death. This dude has more lives than a cat. Cats have 9, right? This thing's got 15, man. Congratulations, Rick. He left the hospital. He seemed like he was in good spirits. I have no idea. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what the nature boy was in the hospital. I know he was rushed to the ER last week, and they said that he was
in there for a full week.
He was in a bad way.
The only ththing it says is surgery. He had to have surgery.
Yep.
Emergency surgery.
Exactly. Emergency. Now, he did survive. Congratulations. And he is out. But, I didn't know. This is a guy who's airplane crashes, car wrecks. He was almost dead a year ago, right? This dude's literally dodging death. He's like, woo, there's a bullet. See ya. Watch out. Woo, I got you, death. You ain't got nothing on me. I'm the nature boy. Woo! Now, Tyrann Mathieu, buddy, what happened? I don't understand. This is so sad. I got scammed. And here's what happens. Everybody does probably what I did. I was watching the news. I'll still remember it. Gayle King, I love Gayle. She said $4.6 billion will be stolen this year from scams. And you know what I said? Man, there's a lot of idiots out there.
I don't get extortion. How stupid do you have to be?
Oh, they got me good though. Did I tell you how they got me?
How? I know you have told me this. But
I keep my phone on because when we go off air, I get the phone call. And so if we go to dead air, I got to have my phone on at night.
Yeah.
And it's right by my bed. And I got a phone call at 2:30 in the morning. And you're
freaking out.
I'm freaking out because I thought I was 56. I answer. I'm like, hello. And the lady goes, and it was this nice lady, great voice. And she's like, is this John Hardin? I'm like, yes. She's like, are you in Mexico? And I'm like, no. She's like, somebody's trying to put $6,000 on your credit card. And of course, that woke me up, scared the heck out of me. And I'm like, no, that's not me. So I was talking to the lady, gave her all the information she needed me. She emptied out all my bank account.
I was going to say, because it's Have you spent money in Mexico? No. Okay. Well, give me your social security number.
She's like, yeah,
your
we're part
credit
of the
card
fraud
numbers,
team. Yeah, here we got to verify.
your security
I got to
code.
verify all this, and we're going to stop this.
And when does it expire?
Oh yeah, it was awful.
And I told you about the people that are doing the fake
fake
kidnappings.
one in Africa. Oh,
no, the fake kidnappings.
That I haven't heard about that one. I heard about the one.
They're doing virtual kidnappings where they hack your phone to the point where it looks like a loved one is calling you, and then the person answers and they say, "Give us this money or we're going to kill him."
Oh,
and that happened. There was a situation like a week ago that I read about. I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but a situation I read about a week ago that this happened to these people, and they ended up giving $1,500. It wasn't a bunch, but it happens.
Man, I know this gentleman who got a phone call, and they said his grandson was arrested, and he was like, "What?" Luckily, the man had a family member over at the house and said, "Call my grandson and see if he's okay." And then got back on the telephone, and it's like, "What now?" And they're like, "Yeah, you need to wire $2,000. He's really embarrassed. He got a DUI. He doesn't want people to know about it. But if you send this, I'll get him out of jail, and we'll keep this under wraps." Of course, phone call comes in. The dude's fine. "No, I'm at work," the guy says. And then the guy's like, "You jerk," and he hangs up on him. But like I said, that was like a pretty good scam, similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyway, extortion, I don't understand. Tyrann Matthew, it was a cousin or something?
Yep, they say that, so he was threatened by a relative. "I want $1.5 million by Friday or I'm going to kill all of you." This was according to the federal court documents, by the way, because he's not really speaking much. Most of the records that you are getting are from court documents. Sears is the guy that demanded the $1.5 million from him. He is in jail, but he contacted Matthew by phone, sent text messages, contacted the family members. They were fearing for his safety. Thank goodness they arrested Sears on extortion charges. But the thing that's weird is he also then just got released on $2,500 bond. And the weird thing is how could he only get out on that low of a bond? And this is like a 20-year prison type sentence. And yeah, Tyrann Matthew, he inked a 3-year, $42 million contract, 31 of it's guaranteed. Good for him. But that's his daggone money. Who are you to call him up and demand $1.5 million? So you're gonna go come kill him? What is that? That just sounds to me like one of the weirdest out of all of them. That 21-year-old dude is a complete lunatic. I mean, why would you try to shake down Tyrann Matthew? I don't even get it. And he also said he had fake allegations of all this misconduct that he did, and that he was going to come out with that as well. And Tyrann Matthew's I don't know, what are you talking about, misconduct? I ain't got no misconduct. So good thing he turned him into the feds, didn't pay him any money. No extortion was done, but just the simple fact that how brazen these people are today, it blows my mind. Now, do y'all remember Robert? You're too young to remember. Go ahead. What you want to say?
Oh no, I was just going to say this Passner. You saw the Passner stuff?
No.
The accusers are actually going to face criminal fraud charges at this point.
No.
So Ron Bell and his girlfriend Jennifer Pendley.
I told everybody about Ron Bell's craziness.
Absolutely. And Jennifer Pendley obviously called the police on May 8th and reported that Passner sexually assaulted her in a Houston hotel room while he was coaching here. While he was in Memphis.
That's a perfect segue, by the way.
And they're finally going to face criminal fraud charges. And honestly, it's about time. This is a long time coming. This is a 2016 incident. And they clearly just tried to put Passner's name through the grinder, through the gutter.
Here it is, by the way. I love you. Thank you for telling me this. I did not know that, but it does say Ron Bell and his girlfriend, Jennifer Pendley, made lewd allegations against his former friend, Georgia Tech coach Josh Passner. Of course, none of it really made any sense. Now, by the way, oh my goodness, I can't even say a lot of this stuff on the air that he was saying that they did. Josh Passner is not that kind of dude. Anyway, this whole situation,
it's complete bogus.
And this is what I don't understand, because he was he saved kind of Bell's life. Do you remember that story way back then? And By the way, why was Josh so lonely that he reached out to a former, never mind. I'm not even going to get into it. It made me actually kind of feel bad. In all honesty, I'm not going to lie. The first thing I thought of was, damn, Pastner's life had gotten so bad because he used to be the happiest. Everything was so perfect. And he went from everybody loving him to nobody in this city liked him. And I think it hurt him bad. And the only friend he ended up having was this character who tried to extort him. It is a really sad story for poor Josh Pastner. I actually feel for him.
I do feel for him, man.
Yeah, I can't help it. Yeah. By the way, also, I got to say, man, did you see the, do you remember Robert Smith, the running back? Way back in the day.
Who did he play for?
Minnesota Vikings. He also played at Ohio State.
No, I do not know Robert Smith.
Well, he's now celebrating 7 years of sobriety, which congratulations. And by the way, that's pretty amazing. This is a guy who said that, he wanted to be a doctor and all kinds of stuff. But he said that when he was on the field, he was a beast. But he played and he basically beat and battered his body. And the only way to get rid of the pain was, what do you think? Alcohol and painkillers. How many football players have we heard had this problem? Smith said he hit rock bottom. His wife was pregnant. She moved out. She threatened to leave him. And that's when he decided to make sobriety his highest priority. He threw out the pills and the alcohol, and he's now been clean for 7 years. So congratulations to Robert Smith.
You know what I think is an interesting segue with that one is that Chris Long actually came out this morning and admitted that he used cannabis while he was in the league.
What?
So this is a guy who.
How did I miss this?
It's very recent. This is basically breaking.
Whoa!
It's not really breaking news. He was a guy he always was sort of,
I know
an
he
activist.
I knew he was a marijuana activist, but he also, I could have sworn, maybe I was wrong, but I've always thought that he said he never ever used it during the season.
Oh, maybe not during the season, but he used it.
Yeah, he admitted to using it. Yeah, he said he didn't use it during the season.
But yeah, he came out this morning and said that, and you just wonder. And the NFL is actually, there was sort of a precursor, write-up that's sort of looking like they might take marijuana off the banned substance list. So cross your fingers, peeps.
Got to tell you,
cross your fingers.
I'll go ahead and just speak the truth to all you people. I've probably talked to more neurologists in the last, what do you think, say 2 weeks, than most people probably will ever talk to in their entire life. I'm talking about multiple ones. And you know what every single one of them told me? Marijuana is so much better than any opioid or any drug that they can prescribe. And if they could prescribe it for pain, they would, like that. And they even said they believe it's a like a lubricant or something.
Kyle Turley, when he came on, talked about a neuroprotectant.
A neuroprotectant. They use a different word. And here's that's what he was saying.
Here's the thing. I've heard some absolutely crazy stories about players with severe concussions coming back within a week because this stuff actually helps. And I'm talking about CBD more than marijuana in general.
We're talking about like CBD has got so many great things, and that's the cannabinoid that comes out of the marijuana plant. But yeah, I mean, heck, you can make so much paper, so much rope, so much stuff, use so much less land.
But seriously, my people, please cross your fingers and hope the NFL takes this off their banned substance list, because this is a league that needs that, and it needs to see, a brighter day as far as pain management goes.
By the way, the last thing I'm going to say about this, Long said, and by the way, Long was the number 2 overall pick in 2008. He had 11 years in the league. This is a man who's got Super Bowl rings, played for the Rams, the Patriots, the Eagles. 2 total Super Bowls.
Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Payton Man of the Year does that thing where he goes to Mount Kilimanjaro, builds the water boys that dig
fresh water in Africa.
Where they literally go out and dig this well. And he came out and said that literally part of my regiment to be able to get back on the field was to use marijuana. He said I didn't like painkillers. He also said it was so easy to evade detection because the league's test is so easy to beat. Dang, I didn't know he was going to come out and say that. Makes me also feel like the guys who fail are morons.
I mean, I hate to say it, it is truthful. They tell you when you're going to get tested.
Like, dude.
There's a certain amount, there's a time of the year you get tested. So if you fail,
yeah,
that's
then
on
you're,
you, man.
Yeah, and then you have to. If you fail, then you like have to take one every daggum couple
Oh yeah,
weeks.
all the time.
Oh, I got to take a break. We'll be back in just 1 second, and I got a pick for you. This is Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Where Memphis comes for real sports talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
You live a busy life between work and family and everything else. The last thing you want to do is wait forever to get a good breakfast or lunch. That's where Sunrise on Jefferson comes in. Easy to get to and easy to enjoy. At Sunrise, your perfect breakfast or lunch will be prepared fast with the best fresh ingredients. You could always go somewhere and get a fast food breakfast or lunch. But if you want a fast breakfast or lunch that's actually good, don't go to some corporate chain. Come to the best fast, fresh food in Memphis. Come to Sunrise.
Sleepy Z's Mattresses by Michael Zellner is the winner of the Memphis Most Best Mattress Store for 4 straight years. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and Sleepy Z's is the mattress store where you can save 50